Indeed.
And this next film,
Yeah.
A Nightmare on Elm Street 5: The Dream Child.
And I saw this shit in the movie theater.
Okay, explain that then.
Well, I saw it at the theater, right? This was when summer of 1989. I remember it opened. Summer was wrapping up almost. And actually, the funny thing is, when I saw this in the movie theater, that's when I saw the trailer to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. That funny looking trailer with the chainsaw coming out of the water and, you know, grabbing Leatherface, like, you know, that stuff or whatever.
Yeah, like Camelot.
The Camelot or whatever. I mean, I know it's silly, but hey, you know, I guess they were going for some kind of weird vibe or something. I don't know. Or whatever. But I mean, people in the theater, they were liking it. I said, oh shit, it's a good idea. Fuck, even though it's stupid, but hey. Or whatever. But anyway, so the movie is directed by Stephen Hopkins. I mean, he's one bad apple in the bunch, really, because I know after this movie he will go on to do Predator 2, which I fucking love, and Judgment Night, which is a good thriller with Emilio Estevez. And
I agree wholeheartedly with both.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen Blown Away with Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones.
A long time ago, I remember enjoying it not as much as the other two. But...
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was alright. It was there. It had a good final climax, but I don't know. I guess Stephen Hopkins, along with first-time writer David Skrow, whatever his name is, same writer who would write Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, very coincidentally, wanted to try to go back to Gothic, I guess to Dark Freddy, but I don't know. Everybody was already established of seeing pop icon Freddy from Part 4. And here, Freddy's in shadows, and once again, you have a recurring character coming back. Lisa Wilcox as Alice. And I looked at her character in this movie, and I just put my head down. I'm like, this is the same Alice from Part 4? You know, it's just no fighting. Like, wasn't she the Dream Master? She know how to control the dreams and do this, do that. Like, what happened? Now she's walking around naked, which I don't even think it's her. It looks like the stand-ins. And basically, the whole movie is we're learning more about Freddy's past. And we have an opening scene in which Alice is naked somewhere in some asylum in her dream, in which we find out we get to see more of Freddy's mother come into play, Amanda Kruger.
Yeah, because the whole thing with this that Freddy's the son of
Thousand Maniacs.
Thousand Maniacs, and I think Alice sees Kruger's mom.
Yeah.
Or does she become Kruger's mom, something like that.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a birth scene where I guess somehow Freddy is reborn. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll admit, I like the idea. The thing is that I can watch this movie, but I'm not the biggest fan of it either, but I can watch it. I like the idea of Freddy going through the back door of a dream.
Of a child.
What I mean is,
of a child's dream.
Maybe this happened because, you know, Freddy Krueger could get into Alice's dreams and the previous one, right?
Yeah.
And then pull new victims. Well, now we find out Alice is pregnant.
Yeah, with the lead guy from the first movie, Dan's kid.
And so maybe I thought it was interesting. Okay, you're using an unborn baby who is probably in a perpetual sleep.
Yeah.
And so he'd sleep in all the time. So that means Freddy's sort of having a free for all. I just think that idea was not done nearly as well. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Using an unborn baby for evil. That's pretty sadistic.
Yeah.
But it's just not handled right. Especially with that little kid they got to play the son. Looks fucked up.
Yeah, like Chut, you can say. Yeah.
He does kind of look fucked up, right?
Yeah, he does. I know someone's gonna say, but neither do both of you. But hey, we know our own kind.
Exactly. We just see.
We identify our own kind. Of course, man. Look at me. I got no fucking hair.
But like you said, I mean, Alice doesn't do a lot of action.
Yeah.
Once in a while, like, she impales Freddy in the mouth with like a pole or something.
One of those pool cleaning nets or whatever you clean the pool with. One of those type of shits.
But it's not nearly enough. I mean, The death scenes.
I mean, the only death scene I gotta give a good note to, which is the only one in the movie I enjoy, was that Dan death scene in the motorcycle. I love that scene. Just the way that's the only scene I actually like out of the whole fucking movie. I mean, I can think of death scenes in the other Nightmare on Elm Street films that I could talk about just like that, but you know, for some reason that one in part 5 seemed very creative. You know,
Right.
and like he ends up, his car ends up fucked up, and he's looking. Then out of nowhere, he sees a red motorcycle in the middle with keys in it. And then that squad pops up, like it's all fast, and he's speeding down the highway. Next thing you know, I guess something starts grabbing him or whatever. Then you see he starts getting like grabbed and stabbed little by little. And then like Freddy's face comes out looking like almost like an endo, like a Terminator almost, the face. Yeah. And then he says, "Wow, seems like this boy has the need for speed." And then he starts really impaling his skinning him until he's getting his face, his skin off his face. And the way it looks in end results, now that I think about it, it's almost like Ghost Rider without the flames. If you think about it, you know, the way it looks, and he just and everything like that. And then what happens is actually he had fell asleep while driving, which is kind of stupid, and that's how Freddy got him. And he ends up having a collision with a truck. And then Alice is able to see this because she still has a little bit of dream power. And sees Dan getting thrown in Freddy's world there. But that's it pretty much, because there is no other kills in the movie that are interesting. You got that one girl who's like trying to be like a supermodel. She don't eat, and Freddy puts her in one of those baby chairs and starts feeding her with that bon appetit. You know, but then Freddy seemed annoying in this movie. I don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't Robert Englund's fault. I know that, but it's just like the script was rushed. You know.
I remember the other death scenes. You have the comic book.
That was a little interesting, but then it gets too ridiculous, you know, because you actually get a stand-in. You don't get Robert Englund in that scene. Super Freddy. And that was some guy, actually, that won a contest, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a guy, I think, from what I heard, that was a guy that won a contest, a fan contest or whatever, so they gave him that small part there. Because that's a different actor, that guy that plays Super Freddy. That's not Robert Englund. You know?
Right, yeah.
That's a guy that's supposedly, I think he won a contest that they had out during the time of Nightmare 4, and he won or whatever, so they gave him a little part in the movie, tiny ass part, little 5 seconds. And then the guy turns into paper, and Freddy just cuts him up into paper, which I don't know, they lost me. And then the final climax, I don't know, it's a big step down from part 4, you know, from that showdown in the church and fucking A, you know, and all that stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a film that, again, I mean, I might be in a minority. I think it was a lot of people say it was a shitty idea.
I mean, the idea is good if it was executed the right way. If they would have took time with it, but they rushed it out.
And my big problem with this one is Freddy himself.
Yeah, because Freddy seemed annoying in this one. It's like the jokes did not work. Besides that one with the motorcycles, I did find that funny. He's used the me for speed, you know, that thing, and I found that funny. But everything else, like,
It just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed like his heart wasn't in it, or he just didn't care what he was saying, jokes, even if they were lame.
Because I think around that time, Robert Englund was a little bit busy, because he had another movie that was coming out around that same time called Phantom of the Opera. Not a musical Phantom of the Opera, but actually a horror movie called Phantom of the Opera. He played the Phantom. I don't know if you ever seen that one, Matt.
Once.
Wasn't the cup of tea, eh?
Yeah, well, I rented it on DVD a long time ago, so it's been a while, so I don't remember too much.
Yeah, I mean, the practical effects on the makeup on his face was good in that movie, but I don't know. It could have been more, maybe, you know, and stuff. But Nightmare on Elm Street 5, you know, I don't know. The movie is just, I don't know. Maybe I could watch it if they gave it on TV, but I don't know if I could bring myself to buy the movie, you know, but I don't know. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's probably it probably is my least favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's the one I've watched the least.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Matt. I mean, it is a good idea, but if they would have took time to execute it a little bit more better and stuff, I don't think it's Stephen Hopkins' fault either. I mean, he goes by whatever script they gave him. His New Line, I think, is to blame for that, because they were trying like, wait a minute, part 4 made this much money? Oh, really? We got toys and everything being sold? Let's get it out. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it in front of October. Come on, let's do it. And that's what happens. When you rush a movie, you fuck it up. You know? You gotta
Speaking of which, the next movie.
There you go.
Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
I hate this movie. I really do. Maybe as a kid, I liked it, but I don't know. In retrospect, I watch it. I see the way the Jason design looks and the costume is a big step down.
Well, dear look at this. I mean, in the same year, folks, you had Halloween 5, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, and Friday the 13th Part 8.
Is this a true decay of the slasher movie, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, Friday the 13th Part 8, like Nightmare on Elm Street 5, I can watch, but again, it's not one I watch all the time.
It has a lot of problems. That's what it is. It have a lot of problems. The whole quantum leap teleportation stuff that Jason does, you know.
Yeah, literally, I mean, it seems like I know he's fast, but he teleports. There is a scene.
Guy's climbing up some kind of pole or whatever, trying to escape from Jason, and he's all the way down there, and all of a sudden Jason ends up all the way ahead of him. Out of nowhere. I remember that scene.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of that scene with the...
Kelly who?
Yeah, where it's like a room where they have like ribbons and it's like there was a party there before.
Yeah, party room, yeah.
And she looks left and sees Jason, then step back. Then she looks right and then there's Jason again. And it's like, wait, that's impossible.
Yeah, it's just being ridiculous. They're really preying on that ghost-like power now too much, you know.
I mean, I know the whole point. I mean, for people who don't even know what we're talking about, which I'm sure you all know, but this is when, you know, he gets back up out of the lake again, because at Part 7 he was back in the lake.
Yeah.
He gets, I forgot how he got...
I think there was a couple in some kind of boat on the lake, and they're getting ready to make out and everything like that. And I guess they put the anchor down to stop the boat on the lake, I guess Crystal Lake. And the boat, the anchor, I think, touches some kind of power line. And next to the power line, by some weird coincidence, is Jason's body. Wow! It was there all this time. That's where Tina's father put him. Oh, put him in here. Fuck him. You know, that's really gonna keep him safe. So then, I guess the boat jerks or something, and then the power line moves, causes like a chain reaction, and Jason gets regenerated. Then comes up from under the lake and gets on board and right, you know, because before the guy was telling the girl the story of Jason and everything like that, done very lamely, by the way. He has a Jason mask that he plays a trick on her with a fake knife and everything. So he leaves the mask right by the steering wheel of the boat or whatever. And I guess I don't know if Jason lost his mask in the last movie or what.
Now, did that mask have the same like cut that you know, like there was a cut in Hockey Mask from Part 3 where the girl hit him with an axe?
I don't know. I think this was a new mask. I think in this one.
I know, but doesn't that new mask also have that same cut?
Well, because the director's an idiot. That's why.
I swear it did. If I'm wrong, so sue me. But I remember even on the, I swear though it had the same cut.
Well,
which is like, how the fuck? They reproduced it so perfectly. They reproduced it.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, fine. But
yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's there. I mean, I'm not gonna watch the movie gonna find out.
But yeah, I mean, the whole point was that you have kids on this cruise. They're going to New York. Jason gets on board, and the directors, what he wanted to do first was make most of it in New York.
Yeah.
So like the first maybe 20 minutes or so be on this cruise.
Yeah.
And then, like, to me, I swear to God, if you make a Jason movie in a city, it could work. Yeah, I think it could give the Maniac Cop a run for his money.
Yeah, if it's done right, of course.
But here, he's barely in New York. He's in like 1 or 2 shots in New York.
He's in Times Square, and I think that's
Canada.
residence in Quebec or whatever, where he went to. I don't know. It's false advertising in the title. I think the original script, according to the director, from what he said in that documentary, his name was Jason. He said there was more stuff to be done in New York.
Yes.
But Paramount being the assholes. And by the way, this is the last time Paramount will have Friday the 13th, because after this one, and by '93, Jason Goes to Hell, New Line Cinema will take it. And I think New Line Cinema treats the horror franchise a little better than Paramount did, because Paramount's like, we're embarrassed by this. Oh my god, you know, like that and shit. But you know,
I know there's some people who hate the New Line Cinema Friday the 13th movies, but I think they're both better than this one. I mean,
I agree.
I can't hate this movie because I've seen so many shitty films and sequels. Kane Hodder still is Jason. He punches a guy's head off.
Yeah, which looks a little half-assed. I mean, I've seen that scene or whatever. The black guy in the movie, actually, I gotta give him credit, decides to duke it out with Jason, and he looks like he might win the fight. They're in a rooftop, and they're and then he's close to the edge, and all of a sudden, now the guy gets real tired.
Although you think he's hitting a mask.
Yeah, and his knuckles are getting fucked up. Yeah, and then he stops, and now, after he's real close to the edge of the building there, now he punches Jason for the last time. Jason's not moving now. And then the guy goes, come on, motherfucker, I'll see what you got. And then he grabs him and punches his head off his shoulders. It just is very half-assedly done. I mean, I believe Jason has the power to do it, just I don't know. Maybe it's not that much intent. It's like, you know, it wasn't done like the decapitated head scene like you've seen in Tropic Thunder, you know, that scene when Ben Stiller picks up the guy's head, you see guts and everything coming out. But then again, you can't do that because then Maricon Puto Association of Assholes will get mad. MPAA, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's that picture you see around where some guy has darts in his eyes. And they had to cut that out and refilm it. So I think they refilmed it with when Jason gets that hot rock and puts in that guy's stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember there's a picture going around where it was like a guy had like 2 darts in both, you know, a dart in each eye.
Damn. That would have been...
They had to cut... I think they had to cut it out and refilm it or something like that.
Oh, no.
I remember that picture was around somewhere. It's in a book that I have.
Oh.
They showed, but I mean, then they had this bullshit. The girl has these Nightmare on Elm Street type visions.
Yeah, all because she, her asshole uncle that raised her or whatever was teaching her how to swim in Crystal Lake, and this real smart parenting decides to push her off the fucking boat so she can learn to swim. And while she's underneath the water, guess who she bumps into?
Jason.
Who,
as a kid who sometimes looks completely normal with hair.
Yeah. Like that, Jason had hair?
I thought he was bald.
Yeah, I thought he was bald like me and you. He's not bald like us, you know, like for some reason. Like they put hair on the kid or something.
I thought he was like also, I shouldn't say retarded, but...
I think Mongoloid. He was Mongoloid.
Mongoloid.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, then they had that whole thing that she sees visions of him, and then that final shot with the toxic waste in the sewer. And...
Now, okay, you're in New York, right?
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, is this a typical occurrence that you have toxic waste going through your sewers every midnight?
I don't know, but there's shit in the sewer. That's about it. I mean, you throw shit
what
on...
They say. It's like, didn't they say every night they have like this toxic waste going through the sewers? I'm like, does that really happen in New York?
There's shit in the sewer. That's about it, man. Unless you're throwing shit at Jason and Jason's mask goes...
But there's no toxic.
I don't believe that story. I mean, I don't know. It's like saying there's alligators in the sewer and winged serpents and stuff, you know.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's the way that they just create the chuds and shit.
Yeah, chuds and everything like that. But we can't get to the chuds because, you know, Daniel Stern and John Hurt got rid of them, you know, supposedly.
But that was...
I mean, I don't know, just the movie, then the whole thing and the final shot. All of a sudden, wow, Jason turned back to normal. We really fucking knew.
I don't know if that was supposed to actually be or if it's just...
Her vision or something? I don't know.
I don't know, it's stupid.
It's just that's what took me out of the movie. The only one scene that also is a little bit good in it is when he goes into a restaurant. I think you should talk about this one, Mac. I think this is one of your favorite scenes from the movie.
Yeah, but he goes in the kids are...
being chased by him, yeah.
Jason comes in, and there's this guy who is behind the bar.
It's a restaurant, I think. It's a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a bar/restaurant because the guy behind the counter is none other than the same guy who would be Jason, Ken Kirshner in Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
And Ken Hodder's Jason comes up, grabs him, and just throws him against the mirror. Bam! And it's kind of nice seeing that now, considering I know it's not Ken Kirshner's fault. I mean, he didn't choose them not to use Kane Hodder in favor of Jason, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's like, fuck you, I'm Jason.
Exactly.
That's why I always watch it. I love it. But I mean, there's certain scenes I like. I mean, him walking, kicking the boombox.
And then he shows his face.
So you did slime bag, you know, did the switchblade, and he turns around and pulls the hockey mask off and steers the shit out.
Yeah. Well, what was funny during the press tour for this movie, and this thing is on YouTube, I believe, that Kane Hodder dressed up as Jason for Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Which is kind of a little funny, even though I know it seems lame, but that's like, and then Arsenio's asking Jason all these questions and stuff, saying that, is it true the reason you kill people is that you're sexually frustrated? Or something like that, and everyone's laughing and stuff. And Kane Hodder just there. I think Kane Hodder looks forward to it. I mean, he always talks about that in high regard. I was an Arsenio dressed up as Jason. So, oh man, but the movie, I don't know, it's a big step down from part 7 and 6. Maybe, I think maybe if they would have, went with the original story and, and done maybe better and eliminate that whole teleportation bullshit or whatever, I don't know. It just lost me, this movie. That's why I really don't want this one in my collection. I mean, if they gave it on TV, maybe I'll watch it. I mean, I won't turn it away, but to add it to the collection, no.
And like I said, I can watch this film, but it's not one of my favorites. I mean,
because you stuck with it, right? Because it was in your box set, wasn't it?
Well, I don't mind being stuck with it because I can pop in and watch it. It's just there are a lot of problems, but
yeah.
I think I've just seen a lot worse. So I'm like, okay, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, right.
Just seen a lot worse. So
yeah,
Halloween 5, I think, is a lot worse.
That's true.
My opinion, but.
Yeah. Now the next movie is a movie that's on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet, but I really do want to check it out. I believe you have this DVD, right, Matt? Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland.
Yeah, Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. I've seen this. That's another good commentary tried with the director and writer. This was filmed back to back with the second one.
Okay.
And basically had Pamela Springsteen back as Angela. And what's cool is the openings in the city.
Really?
Where Angela decides to get into this group, and she has to pose as this other girl, but she kills this other girl by grabbing a garbage truck and running her over, and then like hiding her body in the garbage truck, and then assuming her identity.
Yeah.
And as she goes into this group, and in this group you have Michael J. Pollard, who's in there, who in a creepy way has almost like a sex scene with this teenage girl. Yes, I am not kidding.
Really?
I think you see him like licking on a girl's nipple, and it's like, ew. It's a nice nipple, but Michael J. Pollard, really?
Yeah. Come on, you guys! Oh my God! We had that voice and everything.
But it's a fun movie. I mean, I like the second one better, but you get some good kills. Like, Angela's now sort of, when someone's not being the perfect camper, she sort of punishes them. But you have this, I think all these people were, they had problems in the city.
Yeah.
And so they come here to, how do I put it, to sort of change the ways, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like you have a black guy who listens to rap, and I guess in the meantime, Angela recorded her own sort of murder rap.
Oh no!
And switched the tapes. And it's funny, like he puts the tape in and listens to it, and then it's just basically Angela rapping about how she's gonna kill him and stuff.
Oh no!
But you get some good kills, like she buries one person and then runs them over with a lawnmower.
Wow. I really gotta see this one.
I'm trying to think. There's another one. I think like she pulls someone's arms off by tying them to a Jeep that she drives away and pulls the guy's arms
She's
off.
using a lot of vehicles in this movie, huh? Damn, the car, the garbage truck. Sounds interesting. I like that. She a lot of vehicles.
But yeah, I mean, it's a fun movie. I think you also have, I think you have some, later, you do have some nudity. I mean, it's got that same campy humor.
That's the second one there, pretty much.
Yeah, just like the second one.
Oh,
and
great.
I know one person gets killed, I think, by a flagpole. I'm trying to think how they did it.
Oh,
But
God. I gotta get these DVDs. I'm telling you, I can imagine the commentary track must be not very fun.
But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. And for anyone out there, it's a lot of fun.
All
That's
right.
all I can say about it.
All right. I look forward to this one. Because I believe it is uploaded, even though I know it might be Tron, some of the nudity. Because the way the guy put it up, and every time you see a nude scene, it goes into a video game type of thing or whatever. Everything gets digital.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Oh, shit. But I probably end up getting it. I hope. Do they sell them in those 2-packs or what?
There is a box set where you can buy the first 3,
Oh,
but I'm not sure there's a 2-pack for those two.
no 2-pack? I know I got the first one. I got the first one there, which I hardly don't really watch that much. I mean, the second one, third one, I think I can see myself watching that one a lot and stuff. Oh, man, so I gotta look this movie up. Wow, check it out. Now, the next one, I did see it on cable, and this movie has a very disturbing history to it. And this film is Clown House.
And I'm gonna let Effie take it over because I haven't seen this, but I do know part of the reason is the director.
Yeah, Victor Silva.
Victor Salva would go on to do Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, but I guess you can sort of continue about the whole.
Yeah, because this movie, what had happened was the lead kid in the movie at the time, I guess, was 12 or 11 years old, maybe a little bit older than that, was sexually assaulted by the director, Victor Silva, or whatever, during the making of the movie. And that's why this movie has that little history to it. Victor Silva, I'm not sure, I think he did do some jail time because of that assault. And now that kid is pretty much scarred for life. He hasn't done acting since. And
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either, it's terrible. And everything like that. And Victor Silva, of course, will go on to fucking direct Powder with Sean Patrick Flanery, and of course the Jeepers Creepers movies, And everything
Which sucks because I like Jeepers Creepers, but yet.
I know. I try not to even think when I see those movies. Like, I remember when I was telling a friend of mine on here, or maybe a movie guru.
Yeah.
About Victor Silva. He goes, really? Oh shit! Then he looked it up on Winnie Peak with the whole story, the backstory. Because all you guys could look up the backstory behind this movie as well. I mean, with what Victor Silva did to this boy, it's terrible. And everything like that. Your first day shooting a movie and then having that happen is horrific, And, but I believe he did do some jail time for it, thank God, because, forget about it.
Yes.
Because now the parents would have fucked him up. Forget. But anyway, back I guess to this movie. The movie is actually a pretty good thriller in which the lead kid, that actor that this happened to, for some reason, he's hanging out with his, I believe his older brother, and I think it's his other brothers. 3 brothers. You got the older one, the middle one, that's like a nerdy one, then he's the youngest one. And the little kid, for some reason, I don't know if he's that little, maybe he's 10 or 11, he has a fear of clowns for some reason, since he was at a young age. So, what happened was, one night they're hanging out, and they're at a carnival, and they see some clowns. They're trying to get him, I guess, to break his fear, and it's not working. He's crying or whatever, and he's not comfortable, and they take him home and stuff. And you see there's a good connection between the 3 boys, which was good to see. But what happened was, there were these 3, I believe, psychopath mental patients who escaped from an asylum. And I guess they go by the carnival and they kill the guys dressed as clowns. And they start masquerading as clowns. And for some reason, I don't remember, it's been a while since I've seen it. They begin to stalk the 3 brothers. Until you have this kind of cool, suspenseful scene in which they're being chased or whatever. But I think the movie's pretty good. I remember seeing it once a long time ago. I remember being a good thriller, you know. Despite, you know, the real backstory of the movie, but it was a pretty good thriller.
Right.
And everything like that. If you guys have seen Clown House, Matt, I think you should check it out, you know. That's it. And everything like that. Just
it's so strange though. They let that guy direct movies.
I know that the biggest shocker was how the fuck Disney let him direct them, because I think that was Touchstone Pictures that connected with Powder. You know, how the fuck they let him direct? You know, and that's Disney. Maybe that's why so many people are not too crazy about Disney. You know, that's why they gave Kevin Smith a hard time with the Dogma. You know.
Well, look at Jeepers Creepers 2. Like all the guys like lose their shirts.
Yeah, there's a lot of. For some reason, there's like male type of weird shit that they're going. I don't know.
Like they're suntanning on top of the bus.
Yeah.
With no shirts on, or like they piss right next to each other, and it's like you got a whole field. But you have everybody has to piss right next to each other.
Even in the first movie, you know, the whole thing with Justin Long, you know.
Didn't the Reaper like sniff his underwear? Yeah,
it took his drawers or something, you know. Or even in the sequel where, you know, they're in the bus and they're pointing at, and the Creeper is like looking through the glass. He points at one guy and one guy's like, me, and he goes, nah. And then he like, no. Then he points the other guy, and then he looks at that one guy, either the black guy or the white guy from Malcolm in the Middle. He licks the damn glass. So I don't know what kind of weird fucking thing Victor Silva does. All I know is sooner or later his number is gonna be up. You know, eventually somebody's gonna get a hold of him or whatever, and do something that's gonna make John Bobbitt throw up. Watch.
Now, I know it's not on the list, but we had talked about Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Did we?
And
oh yeah, that's right, we did.
Way before.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they have the sequel, so you've seen the second one, right?
A very long time ago, I think. I think I seen that.
I mean, this is real quick, like, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, of course, is you have Eric Freeman, who has everybody remembers the
Garbage Day. That was it, right?
Yeah, one of the worst actors ever. Because the way he does his eyebrows, like, I don't know. I wonder what's going on in this scene. That's how he talks. He's like, I wonder if Effie is going to come with another topic about sex life. You know, that's the way he talks. It's just
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, basically, you take everything good in the first film, put the footage in there. Then the other half of the film is just him talking to a psychiatrist.
But I remember that part. He's telling the whole story. I guess how he went nuts, and that I remember it was something weird that every time he would see red, he would kill or something, or some kind of weird thing like that.
Yeah, because he's the brother of the killer.
Of the killer, but he wasn't dressing like Santa. It's just for some weird reason, every time he's seen anybody with a red shirt or red this, they would die.
For some reason. Because of the Santa Claus suit is bad, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't help it. I love that movie. Just Eric Freeman. It's so bad, it's good. Worst actor ever. I wouldn't mind that like that in a movie. Just to know what people are like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I really like those stories, especially when Effie talks about him wearing the socks. You know, all that weird shit. Oh, God.
Then you had Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, which I haven't seen.
Oh, that's the one Bill Moseley. He wearing some kind of weird thing on his head that he's supposed to be, I'm guessing, the character from the first movie. Or
yeah, the second movie.
Yeah, second movie.
Eric Freeman's character.
Yeah.
Brought back to life by a scientist. And I think there's like a blind woman that is psychically connected to him.
Yeah.
I remember he wears this weird ass, I don't know what the fuck you call helmets on his head.
Yeah, well, his brain's exposed, some kind of shit like that. I don't know. It's weird.
It looks goofy. It's just,
yeah, I don't know. I seen trailers of it on cable one time, but I never seen it.
Now, part 4 was one you saw, right, with Clint Howard?
Yeah, I don't know. That was like just lame, and the whole thing with people with the woman, her fingers extending, and it's like then you're killing some people on Christmas with the Christmas lights on Christmas morning. I said, wow, that's real interesting. Wow, Clint Howard's coming to your house on Christmas morning. That's Santa Claus to fuck you up. That
Do you know
sounded.
what it was about?
I don't know. It was that bad. I blocked it from the mind. I'm like, fuck
I
this.
think it's like something about witchcraft.
Yeah, something about people turning into, I don't know, like, I know you have one scene where some lady's fingers gets extended or something. Like, she's mutating to something. I don't know. It's just very, very different movie. I don't know why, if they're gonna make a different movie, why do they use a name of a movie that has nothing to do with that movie? Why do you get monsters and aliens and all this stuff like that and witches? The first movie was a guy in a Santa Claus suit fucking people up. That's it. You know?
Exactly.
And then you had Garbage Day, and that's it. You know, that's it.
And it's the same guy who directed that as Brian Usna. He did Return of the Living Dead 3, Bride of Reanimator, The Dentist.
I remember The Dentist. That creeped me out, man. Fuck. Dentist.
He directed Faust, Love of the Damned.
Because he's a dickhead. That's why. See, he's a real dickhead. He was good with Dentist, and then he fucked it up. He's a real dickhead. Stay away from that movie, folks.
And then that led to Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker, which I did see, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, with that Mickey Rooney, the one that was complaining about the movie, and now he's in the fucking movie. Shit.
Yeah, I think I fucked up and said something like Dick Van Patten or something, complained, but yeah, it was Mickey Rooney. That's who I meant.
No, you did say Mickey Rooney. I don't remember you saying Dick Van Patten.
Okay, dude, I can't remember.
I don't remember you mentioning the father from 8 is Enough.
But yeah, I mean, Mickey Rooney stars in this, and it was strange to see complain about the first movie. Basically, you have a toy maker, Mickey Rooney, and he has his son, and they make these toys that kill. The kid looks like he's on fucking Valium. He never has any emotion. And you find out that fucking the kid is really, his name is Pino. That can pretty much tell you Pinocchio. The kid's a fucking toy. And if I put the cover, like most of those toys you see is not in the movie. It is fucking ridiculous. Like the toy wants a mom and is trying to replace the kid, I guess. And just fucking, I know I gave the ending away. I don't give a fuck. The movie sucks dick. It's fucking horrible. Couldn't get into this movie at all. I just thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous story. I thought I couldn't get into it. I think they stopped there, which is good.
Yeah, I don't think they could have went with no more after that one. I don't know. Let's see.
So going back to the list.
Well, this one was a movie. I saw the middle of it. This is on YouTube, by the way, folks. Uncut, uncensored. I saw the middle of it thanks to Matt, because he sent me the link the other night. I believe another friend of mine was watching this as well, Wild Man Beyond. And we saw the middle, and I believe toward the ending, pretty much. And this one is called Intruder.
Now, Intruder from '89 is also one of my all-time favorite slasher films, because it's directed by Scott Spiegel. This is a guy who co-wrote Evil Dead 2, and, you know, it went on to direct From Dusk Till Dawn 2. I was like, I mean, it's a simple story. It's a slasher film in a convenience store, like a grocery store.
Yeah, supermarket.
And supermarket, and people are working there late, and they're about to get, you know, they realize that they're going to be fired, you know, like they're selling the store. And, you know, they're just working, and someone starts killing people one by one.
And special effects by K&B. Awesome,
K&B.
Awesome special effects. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fuck out of this movie, because watching the film, I like the location. Maybe because I used to work at a Target, so I was thinking, man, what if you had a serial killer in this building? That'd be. And I would work one of those like trash compactors.
Damn.
So seeing like, there's a scene where a guy sort of gets his head crushed in half. And a compactor.
Yeah.
You've seen that scene.
Yeah, I did. That was one of the scenes he showed me. That is really, I mean, crazy shit. I'm telling you, man.
And this is about as violent as Maniac, huh?
Yeah, it's about as violent as Maniac, but it's played for fun a little bit though. I mean, because well, when you find out who the killer is and everything like that, there's a scene there where the killer is tormenting the lead girl, who is Renee Estevez once again from Sleepaway Camp 2, Emilio Estevez's little sister, and he's tormenting her with a severed head. And then I guess the girl's boyfriend or friend comes to her rescue, tries to fight with the guy, and the guy, the killer, hits the boyfriend with the severed head repeatedly. You know, it's like, you know.
And what's cool about this movie is throughout the movie, it does go. It has some good mood. Has some great point of view shots, like these weird point of view shots, like from the inside of a phone, or from I don't know, just these weird angles, which kept the film not boring to me. And like I said, the effects. You have a guy who's also his head gets cut in half by a saw, and you see like splitting like his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, the effects are amazing.
Pretty much practical blood and guts, practical effect, and like K&B, those people there and everything. It was
both
great.
Sam Raimi and Ted Raimi get killed.
Yeah, that's the good part about it, folks. Those are the people out there who are not crazy about Spider-Man 3, and you think Sam Raimi's an asshole. See that movie? There's a scene there. He gets pwned real bad.
Yeah, I mean, I always loved this movie.
The only thing that turned me off was just the ending. That was about it, you know.
Yes, I agree. I mean, the last shot is stupid, but...
I mean, I don't want to give it away because I think you guys should check it out. I mean, unless you want to blow it out of the water, man, it's up to you.
This one they check out because, again, I think someone... I don't know if it's still posted, but someone did post it on YouTube.
Yeah, the whole movie, uncensored, whatever, with blood and guts, I mean, everything. I mean, give it a watch. It's not bad, you know. I mean, K&B special effects, you know.
One of my favorites.
No,
undoubtedly.
I mean, I like the middle. I liked that idea. That man, somebody attacking a guy with a severed head. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Wow. I think Wildman was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, look, shit. And then the killer looks funny though, because that's that motherfucker. I'm probably giving it away now. I'm not gonna give it away. Yeah. Bobby Joe.
But yeah, I mean, definitely check it out for people. I mean, it's definitely worth your time.
Yeah, please. Now, have you seen this next one, Matt? Cutting Class?
I did see it. Yeah, Cutting Class is the one that stars actually Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. That was very first movie, I'm guessing, and a slasher movie. And that guy from the Blob remake, the one that gets killed, Donovan Leitch. Yeah.
It's kind of strange because you have parts where they have these weird comedy scenes.
Yeah.
Like the Martin Mull. I'm not sure if you know who that is. Martin
Mull. Martin Mull. Yeah, the girl's father in the movie. I don't know what else he's done.
He like they think he's dead, but then he's like just roaming around.
Yeah, because he gets shot in the stomach with an arrow by a killer while he's hunting. And for I guess for some reason he's just like crawling around in the woods or whatever, or in the area where he's duck hunting or whatever, trying to get help, and he's just dragging around. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody could survive an arrow or abdominal wound like that, maybe. But I don't know. It's just weird that he's dragging himself around and trying to get help, and it's not working. You know.
It's like they're trying to play it for comedy.
Yeah.
That was strange.
Yeah. I mean,
basically, I'm gonna spoil it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You think it's supposed to be whodunit, but it's Brad Pitt is not the killer.
Because it points to two suspects really, just Brad Pitt and the Donovan Lynch character, pretty much. Because they used to be friends, and I think Donovan's character supposedly was in a mental hospital at a young age, and he used to be best friends with Brad Pitt's character. Brad Pitt's character kind of avoids him now because he's a little creeped out about the whole thing, that he was in a mental hospital for some reason or another. Exactly. And some people start getting killed left and right, I guess. And for some reason, the lead girl suspects it's Brad Pitt's character because he's acting weird or something like that. And I know it leads to an interesting climax where they're in the tool shop and they're fighting each other, Brad Pitt and Donovan Leitch, with a saw, little saw, table saw. Like, you know, like you go to a wood shop and you have like power tools and they're fighting each other with power tools. Even though it looks kind of silly the way it's done, but it's like, it's interesting.
Isn't Roddy McDowell there as the principal?
I think so. It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's like he checks out the girls a lot. I think he's like a principal, and one, from time to time he likes to check out the teenage girls or something like that.
I think it's been a long time since I don't
Yeah.
remember if he's in it though. I think he is. So I know there's one
Yeah.
scene there where the lead girl's trapped in this classroom with the teacher, right? And the killer pretty much has like a equation or riddle on the blackboard, and on the classroom doors, you know how in classroom you got two doors, so he
Yeah.
probably put door number one, door number two. It's like he's fucking with them, and to answer a question and then pick a door. So the teacher figures out the question. Okay, it's this one, so I gotta go this door. He goes through there, and the killer axes him right to the face. Donovan, yeah, he axes him. He hits him with a fire axe, which is weird. You have that in the school, and right in the face. And then I guess Brad Pitt comes to the rescue, and that's when you get that weird final fight with them. I don't know if it's in the auto. I think it's in the auto shop. That's what it was, an auto shop, and they have the tools and they fight. I don't know. It's a little weird. I haven't seen it in such a long time. I don't know, but I remember thinking it was like a late night slasher. I don't know. I think it is on DVD. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's on DVD, and I haven't seen it in a while. I don't remember much gore scenes.
I mean, there was one scene with the axe. That's about it. And I know you had the lead girl's friend who was kind of the slut, and she's a cheerleader, and she's doing a cheer with no panties on or something with the skirt, and the guys are looking or whatever. And then the killer ends up killing both of them or whatever underneath the bleachers. I don't remember how.
So do you remember it as a good movie or a decent movie?
I think it was. I could rule out decent, for slasher. I mean, and stuff like that. I mean, I think that power tools or that auto shop fight between Brad Pitt and the killer was interesting to see. But it was alright. I don't remember too much about it. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while.